The price of dignity. The rain in New York hadn't stopped for a week. The old apartment in Brooklyn smelled like mold and wet concrete. Evelyn stood in front of the mirror. She fixed the collar of her old trench coat. She bought this coat 10 years ago in Paris. It was old now, but it still looked classic. Today was her son Ethan's first big art show. It was in Chelsea, the heart of the Manhattan art world. Rich people everywhere. But Evelyn, his own mother, didn't get an invitation card. She only got a cold text message on her phone. "Mom, please dress nice. Don't tell anyone you're my mother. Just say you're a neighbor. Jessica hates people with no taste." Evelyn looked at the screen and smiled coldly. Taste? That boy forgot something. He learned how to hold a paintbrush sitting on my lap. The taxi stopped in front of Lumina Gallery. Through the big glass windows, everything looked golden. Expensive champagne. Beautiful dresses. Fake smiles. Evelyn walked to the door. But a woman in a designer dress blocked her way. It was Jessica, Ethan's girlfriend. She looked perfect, like a model. But her eyes were mean. Jessica looked at Evelyn's old coat and wet shoes. She didn't recognize the legendary art critic. She only saw a poor old woman. "The catering entrance is in the back," Jessica said loudly. People turned to look. "Don't dirty the carpet with those shoes." Evelyn didn't move. She stood tall. "I am Ethan's mother." Jessica paused, then laughed. A cruel, high-pitched laugh. "Oh. The gardener from the suburbs. Ethan said you plant flowers." She waved at a security guard. "Take this lady to the break room. Give her some water. Mr. Sterling is coming soon. We can't have her walking around." Just then, Ethan walked out of the crowd. He was holding a glass of wine. When he saw Evelyn, his face dropped. "Mom? Why do you look like that?" His voice was full of anger. Evelyn looked at the son she raised alone. Her eyes were colder than the New York rain. "I came to see your art." Ethan pushed her toward the corner. "You don't understand art. Jessica worked hard for this. Mr. Sterling is coming. He owns the biggest auction house in America. Don't ruin this for me. If you mess this up, I'm done with you." Evelyn stumbled back a little. She straightened her coat. She pointed at the main painting in the center of the room. "That painting. The structure is a direct copy of a 1990s Basquiat. Is this your talent? Copying others?" Ethan exploded. "You crazy old woman. What do you know? This is a tribute. It's modern art. Jessica said it will sell for $3 million. He pulled a $100 bill from his pocket and threw it on the floor. "Here. Take a cab. Go home. Leave me alone." The money floated down. Like trash. Like an insult. Jessica grabbed Ethan's arm and giggled. "Babe, ignore her. Poor people don't get it. Look. Mr. Sterling is here." Evelyn didn't pick up the money. She looked past the crowd. A man in a sharp suit walked in. It was Mr. Sterling, the king of the art world. Jessica ran to him, smiling her fake smile. "Mr. Sterling. Welcome. This is our genius artist, Ethan." Mr. Sterling looked bored. He glanced around the room. Then, he stopped. He saw the woman in the old trench coat in the corner. His eyes went wide. He pushed Jessica aside. He walked fast, straight to Evelyn. The room went silent. Jessica and Ethan smiled. They thought Sterling was going to kick Evelyn out. Instead, Mr. Sterling bowed his head. His voice was shaking with respect. "Professor Evelyn? You're back in New York? Why didn't you call me?" "Professor." The word hit the room like a bomb. Evelyn didn't smile. She pointed at Ethan's painting. "Sterling, are your standards this low now? This cheap copy, is this what you sell in your auction house?" Sterling started sweating. He turned around and screamed at Jessica. "This is the genius work? It's garbage. Take it down. Now. My company will never work with this gallery again." Jessica's face turned white. She looked at Ethan. Then she looked at the gardener. "But Ethan said she was a nobody." Ethan ran to Evelyn. He grabbed her arm. "Mom! You know Mr. Sterling. Why didn't you tell me? We could be rich." Evelyn pulled her arm away. She looked at him like he was a stranger. "I didn't want you to be rich. I wanted you to be independent. But you chose to kneel for money. You don't want me as a mother? Fine. From today on, we are not family. We are just business partners." That night, Evelyn didn't go back to Brooklyn. She checked into the penthouse at the St. Regis Hotel. She opened a safe. Inside were papers worth millions. She wasn't just a mom. She was a legend who retired to teach her son a lesson. And he failed the test. The next morning, Ethan's world collapsed. Because of Sterling's words, all the sponsors left. The gallery was being sued. Jessica was smoking a cigarette, screaming at Ethan. "Your mom is a millionaire? And you let me treat her like that? Go fix it. Get her money. Or I'm leaving you." Ethan went to the hotel. He waited in the lobby for 3 hours. Finally, Evelyn let him in. She sat in a big chair, reading a contract. Ethan fell on his knees. "Mom, I'm sorry. Jessica tricked me. Please help me." Evelyn didn't look up. She slid a paper across the table. "Sign this." Ethan looked at it. His hands shook. It was a loan agreement. Evelyn would pay the gallery's debt, $2 million. But the interest rate was 15%. And Ethan had to give up all rights to his art. "Mom, you are charging me interest." Evelyn stood up and looked out the window. "I'm not forcing you. The world is forcing you. You want to be an artist? Learn to survive. Sign it, or get out." Ethan signed it. He thought he was saved. He was wrong. The moment the money hit the bank account, the police arrived. Why? Because Evelyn had reported the gallery for tax fraud a week ago. She used her own money to trap them. Since she was now the owner of the debt, she froze all their assets. Jessica's bags, cars, and paintings were seized by the government. That rainy night, Jessica slapped Ethan. "You idiot! Your mom didn't save us. She set a trap. She just sent us to hell." Ethan tried to call Evelyn. But the number was disconnected. 3 years later, New York was raining again. A black limousine stopped near Washington Square Park. The window rolled down. Evelyn sat inside, looking elegant. Next to her was a young, new artist she was mentoring. On the street corner, a man sat on a small stool. It was Ethan. He looked old and tired. He was drawing portraits for tourists. $10 for a sketch, the sign said. A tourist girl complained. This looks ugly. I'm not paying. Ethan put his head down. I'm sorry, miss. I'll draw it again. For free. He had lost his arrogance. He had lost his greed. Now, he was just struggling to buy a sandwich. Evelyn looked at him. Her heart hurt a little. But she didn't open the door. She saw a book next to Ethan's chair. It was her new book, The Cost of Art. He was reading it. Driver, Evelyn said softly. Green light. Let's go. The window rolled up. It blocked the rain. It blocked the sun she used to know. The car drove away into the dark city night. Some people say Evelyn was cruel. But in the world of big business, there are no mothers. Only winners and losers. She gave him life. And then, she gave him a lesson.